Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another video, the T on MPD and relationships. Hello, everyone. To all of my new subscribers and new family members, I want to say hello, hi, welcome. And to my tribe and family at large, listen, welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back and watching another video, fam. You know, I'm always plugging our Thursday night live streams. Listen, we have been alternating days, but we are still in our compromised series. Are you spiritually compromised? Listen, I'm running the gamut on this compromise because this is the thing that actually pulls us out of divine alignment with the Most High. And so I would love to see your profile in the place. If you are on the YouTube and Facebook platform, even if you're on TikTok, please. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. If you watch me on TikTok and on YouTube on our live stream days, please come on over to the platform. Watch that live stream. I believe it will bless your soul. All right. And y'all know I'm always asking, please help me out with that like button. Somebody hit it for you. Y'all don't be selfish. Hit it for someone else. Okay. You found the content because somebody did it for you. Please help a sister out, okay, on that like button. And y'all know every time we drop a video on the channel, the goal of the day is 2.1K plus on the likes. If you rocks with your girl, y'all know I'm always saying, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that like button for your girl, all right? All right, do that. And y'all pick up your copy of Seduced by Satan. It is pinned in the description below. Listen, this is your next book. This is your next read. Recommend it to your book club. Buy a copy for you and buy you a copy for somebody else, okay? Bless someone else with a copy, all right, y'all? Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Listen, let's jump into the topic of this video. I want to get right to it. I want to talk about when you actually force that narcissist to discard. Now, there's a discard, right? There is the normal discard. There is the discard, right? And then there is the forced discard. That forced discard is what I want to talk about today. And the reason I want to bring this up is because when you actually force the discard and you think about that Hoover and when it's going to come, I think this video is going to help you to really think hard and long about answering that Hoover. Okay? Really, for real. Okay, so y'all know these birds don't forget anything. Okay, they are very vindictive. You know, they are very spiteful. And you know what? They just downright petty, to be honest with you. They are very, very petty. So when the narcissist discards you because it's just come to that time and they're in that place of boredom, and they have hit that boredom threshold and they discard you, they start that, that nitpicking with you, they start complaining about everything you do, everything you say. That's different, okay, from you actually getting out there. You are checkmating that narcissist, you checking up on them, you are actually going behind the narcissist and you doing your research, you doing your little investigation, and you confronting that narcissist with what you find it. And then you make them discard you behind that. Baby, let me tell you what happens. Okay? When you do this is when you're going to actually get the wrath of that narcissist. Not only are you forcing them to discard you, but you're forcing them to do it before they have that viable supply on the side. So the reason I want y'all to really listen to this thing is because, there have been some people that have told me, you know what, I started asking questions. I said, I don't believe you. I don't this and that. And baby, let me tell you something. When that narcissist came back a knocking, okay, after they forced them to do the discard, I'm going to tell y'all, that thing was horrible when they answered that Hoover. See, for one thing, you have to understand, when you are dealing with a narcissist, it's all about ego. Okay, it's all about their ego. It's all about how you make them look, what they what they're able to get from you. What do you think about them? How do you make them feel? That's what it's all about when you're with a narcissist, because it's very one-sided. They don't care anything about you. They don't care about what you're doing, how you feeling, and any of that. And when they do say that they do, all they're doing is they're just checking the boxes. They're doing what they need to do to keep you in the pocket. You understand what I'm saying? But when you get to that place where you have just had enough of the lies, you knew something was wrong from the beginning. You knew this clown was doing something crazy. And you're like, you know what? I'm not going to just take what you're telling me anymore. I'm going to start checking up on it. You know how to, yeah. So you take yourself over there and you start checking up on this narcissist. You checking phone records. You calling them out on their lies. No, I didn't take that money out of the bank. Yes, you did. Because I got this information from the bank. Okay, I actually talked to the lady at the bank and she said, yeah, she remembered you actually came through her teleline. So you going and you busting them up like, nah. I'm going to tell you something. When you actually do these types of things and you make that narcissist discard you, all right. So I want you to know what's happening in the mind of a narcissist. Everything that you do, everything that you call them on, every lie that you tell, oh, no, that's a lie. Every lie that you check them on, guess what they're doing? They compartmentalizing that thing. They putting it in the back of their minds because in their minds, they're going to deal with you. They gonna deal with you. They can't deal with you right now because they understand that right now, what's happening is you checking them and you hitting them so hard with truth and information that they just kind of dazed like, whoa. And when you catch them off guard like that, all you're doing is you're building up that steam, that regret, and that what do they call that? And you're pulling out those insecurities too. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, they're looking at you like, I'm gonna get you. Oh yeah, they looking at you like, oh, the revenge is gonna be oh so sweet. Oh, so sweet. Okay? So when you actually put it out there in their faces and you cause their image to be questioned and all of these different things because you bringing it to them, I mean, you giving it to them 5 ways from Friday. Baby, they can't take that. No. No. That's not allowed. You understand what I'm saying? So when you do it like that and you jump out there and you big bad and you going to let them know, you going to check them on what they doing. Let me tell you something. You better be ready to never, ever, ever return. Because I know y'all, I want y'all to drop a comment below. I want you to talk about what happened when you called them out on their crap. You got this backwards walking giraffe. Oh, baby, you let them know what time it was. Okay? Yeah, you did. And you made them say, okay, you know what? I'm done with this. Because, see, you had already let them know the image that they had painted for you, that mask, the image that they, portrayed to you. They saw that image crumble to the ground. They can't take that. See, you got to always look at them like they're high up on that pedestal in order for them to remain viable in your life. In other words, they need you to be dependent on that nothingness energy that they got. Are you serious? Them fake compliments, that all the fakery, that future faking and that love bombing and that all that false security that they gave you. Yeah, see, that props them up. Yeah. But see, when you start tearing it down because you going and checking, you fact checking, you rechecking, you researching, you doing all of that, and you go back and let them know what time it is. Okay. So all they doing is waiting. After they discard you, they waiting. They going to give you a month. They might let you sit for 6 or 7 weeks. They might let you sit for 2 months. They going to reach out, do a heat check. See what you biting on, what you checking on. Are you going to let them come back? Are you going to open the door for a conversation? As soon as you open the door for that conversation, when they hoover you, because you want to go back and get an understanding as to why they told you all them lies when you never asked for it. You want it because you think you dealing with a normal person, baby. You're not. This person right here is completely disordered. But baby, when you get back in there and you let that clown get a conversation with you and you fall for that emotional guilt trip that they selling you, I know y'all gonna talk about it in the comments. When you took that narcissist back, baby, it was like you opened all gates of hell. That's what they do. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you trip that ego that they got going right there, and you force them to do something that they didn't want to do, and then you think that you're going to come back and they're not going to, you going to have a civilized conversation. Oh, they're going to make you think that you're having a civilized conversation. I'm going to tell you something. Never do it. When you start checking and rechecking and fact checking on these clowns, and you make them do that discard, just say, hey, it's over forever. Because, baby, when you let them, how do I know? Because I did it. I did it. A couple times. And then the final time I did the discard. But baby, when I tell you, you let that narcissist come back, they gonna get you for the old, the new, the borrowed, and the blue. Baby, you thought you had, so you thought you were being abused before you made them discard you. Oh, it was 10 times worse, 20. Because remember, they will never ever forgive you for going back and checking behind them, for calling them out on their crap, for letting them know, I know you're a liar and a cheater. I know you all of that. Okay? You are nothing. You are backwards flying pigeon with the feathers missing. Yes, you are. See, when you called them on all that, they didn't forget it. They did not forget it. And they will never forget it. Listen, the moral of the story here is this. Once you find out that you're dealing with deception and and what they're saying and doing is not matching up, whenever they let it go, if they go ahead and do that discard because you forced them to, stay right there. Okay? Stay in that discarded position. Go on, stay no contact. Because let me tell you something, honey. From experience, you don't want the wrath of that narcissist. After you go back, after you've questioned and tested them on everything, baby, they're going to give it to you. Yes, they are. And guess what? So the best way to remain is out of their presence, out of their sphere. Don't ever let them come back into your life after that. Because if you do, you will be sorry. And it's going to take you more. It's going to take the strength of God to get you out of that the next time. Because what they're going to do is they're going to abuse you worse than they ever did before. And they're going to make you run harder, make you work harder for them. Because that vengeance that they got, that hatred and that ill will that they got towards you, when they get back to you, yeah, I don't know. Some people have not survived it. And some of y'all, a lot of y'all have. But I'm going to tell you something. When you force that narcissist to do a discard, that's not a normal discard. You force them to do that. And when you do, you better not ever go back. All right, family? So listen, y'all take really good care of yourselves, okay? And I will see you all on the next video. And make sure you share this with someone that can use this information, okay? Y'all share this video and take really good care of yourselves. I love you, family. And I will see you all healed and whole at the top. Shalom, family. Peace.